God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Now, the next thing on our agenda is to seek the indulgence of our amiable brother, MALLAM LUKMAN MUSTAPHA, to speak to us briefly about a benefit drawing in the mortgage for any interested companion member that might be interested in.
I believe everybody here, every one of us here, will not, God has blessed you all not to be interested in houses that we describe as affordable housing. Because what we do in Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is to look for and cater for the low to medium income earners. And I believe that every companion here, they are all high income earners. So if I speak, I will just be talking to either maybe your junior ones or your children or your ones that might probably fall into the category of the scheme with which Federal Mortgage Bank was created for. That's our mandate. Our mandate essentially, on a serious note now, our mandate essentially is to see how we can reduce the housing deficit in Nigeria. It has been alleged that the housing deficit in Nigeria is about 20 million. That is, over 20 million working Nigerians do not have homes of their own. And the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria was created in order to meet this gap. And this is by, first of all, very important, first of all, contribute 2.5% of your monthly salary to the National Housing Fund Scheme. It is a pre-requirement, it's a requisite requirement before you can benefit from the National Housing Fund Scheme. So whether you are working as a salaried employee, or you are an employer, or you are a self-employed, or you are a cooperative, or whatever means, the first requirement for you to become a beneficiary of the National Housing Fund Scheme is for you to be a contributor. It is very important. So 2.5% of your monthly salary, or let me say monthly income, not just salary, monthly income, ought to be you're supposed to be contributing that on monthly basis to the National Housing Fund Scheme. All right, so for the benefits, the benefits are in two forms, because our mandate is to create mortgages for the individuals, for beneficiaries, for the contributors, is to create mortgages. But the question is, where are the houses? Houses of 10 million, 5 million, 15 million, and recently we increased the limit to 50 million. So houses that falls between 0 naira to 50 million is what Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria can fund. So where are the houses? So that takes care of the first leg of our work, which is to ensure supply of those kind of housing units in the country. And that is where we give loans to developers. So we have developers here and there that we give them what we call the estate construction loan. And these estate construction loans, we give them in billions for them to build houses. There are a list of checklists. We have a checklist of requirements for this. We have a scheme which we call Cooperative Housing Development Loan. In this regard, people are expected to form cooperatives or already established cooperatives. They come with their land and their developer. So once they bring the developer and they meet the requirements of the number of houses that they want to build, the kind of houses they want to build, and the selling price, which must be within the 0 to 50 million naira that I mentioned earlier on. We give them the loan and then they build. We'll monitor. People like Deepo, I saw Deepo is there. They are the ones monitoring to ensure compliance with the quality and the quantity of the number of houses to build. Then on the demand side, which is loans to individual contributors this time around. So when the houses are built and they are completed or near completion, the beneficiaries will come either through their primary mortgage bank or through a scheme which we call rent to own scheme. I'll come to rent to own because it's very important that even if we are not personally interested, we should promote and propagate it to our wards and children. So for the individual loans, you have two options. Number one, you can say you want to construct on your own. You have your land, you have started construction, and then you are finding it difficult to complete it. We'll give you a loan which we call individual construction loan, but you must be a contributor. On another note, you can go through your primary mortgage bank to apply for a loan. We have quite a number of primary mortgage banks in Nigeria. I don't think we have any in Ilorin, but there are so many of them that are available either in Abuja, in Lagos, or everywhere that have responsibilities even for Ilorin. So through your primary mortgage bank, you apply to Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria for either their houses that we construct or any house that fall within that income bracket that you want to buy. So in this regard, we are going to give you the loan, but we'll calculate what we call your affordability. So affordability means the retirement, generally speaking, in Nigeria is 60 years old. Although we have some exceptions in the judiciary, in the academics, and in the military, where it's more than 60 years old. But we are going to calculate how many more years you have left in service, and then how much is your monthly income. So 1/3 of your monthly income multiplied by the number of months remaining for you in service is your affordability. That's the total, the maximum amount of loan that we can grant to an individual, either for NHF loan, which is the loan that you go through the primary mortgage bank, or individual construction loan, which is the one that you take directly for construction by yourself, or through what we call the rent to own. So let me speak briefly on the rent to own, and then whatever I forget, Deepa will take it off. I have just spent 1 year in Federal Mortgage Bank. He has been there for several years, so I believe he knows more than me. So for the rent to own scheme, it's very important that we know. Please, for those of us that may not be interested, I'm sure you have people around us that may be interested, because it's a novel idea. It's a new thing that is happening in the world, where people get a house that they want to move in. They will go in as a tenant. They will go into those houses or those kind of houses as a tenant. But the rent that you are paying, the rent you will be paying on yearly basis, is as if you are buying the house. You understand? It's as if you are buying the house. So if the house is, let's say, 15 million, and the tenor, the rent is 1 million per annum, it means that in 15 years time, by the 15th year, the house would automatically become your own. Please let us encourage our wards, our children, and those other people that are struggling to have their own homes to key into this idea, to key into the scheme, to the project. It's very, very important. A large number of people, especially from other parts of the country, are really enjoying the scheme, and I want to see a situation where people from Kwara State, people from Ilorin, we equally enjoy from this. We have a number of projects going on in Ilorin. We commissioned, I think, about 116 housing units at Asa local government at Ogbondoroko the other time. We have quite a number of projects, by the grace of Almighty God. Within 1 year that we have spent in Federal Mortgage Bank, we have been able to facilitate about 3 projects that will bring about 500 housing units to Ilorin. One of them has actually commenced around around depot area. Another one is starting at the new GRA. Immediately after the new GRA, we are equally concluding arrangements on the completion of the Akerebiata, the Harmony Estate, and quite a number of other ones. So as these houses are being developed, please let's get our people to show interest. That's people that are contributing to the National Housing Fund. Please let's get them interested, let them to apply, and so that they can have homes of their own. Thank you.
Ọba mi tó fi àánú ẹ̀ àti ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ kó wa jọ, kò ní fi aburú sí wa lára.